hand over your toes.
No, I don't want to.
I'm only gonna ask you once.
No.
Come on.
Fine, I'll hand them over if you can get this riddle.
Okay.
Okay, so who do you call your father but not your daddy?
Your father but not your daddy? What? Don't
You
say it's a riddle.
You don't know it?
What?
Fine, I'll go even easy on you. Who's your daddy but not your father?
Is it you?
It's Yondu.
Yondu. Oh
He
my
might have
God,
been your
Yondu.
father, but he wasn't your daddy.
Oh God, Yondu, no.
You don't get my toes. Or Yondu either, because he's dead.
Alright, come on.
Spoiler alert.
Hey. Your hands, toe them over.
I don't want to.
Your hands, toe them over.
Fine, I'll have you solve another riddle.
No! Alright, so, about, when did Infinity War come out? April 27th or something like that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, duh, it was your,
A week and a half ago, about.
Happy birthday!
A week and a half ago.
Infinity War came out on your birthday. What a miracle. It's a Christmas miracle. So, ever since Infinity War come out. Ever since Infinity War came out, everyone has just been like devastated by it pretty much. So this podcast is going to have spoilers for Infinity War, and we're probably going to get into other MCU movies. So or maybe, I'm guessing we will. So yeah, spoilers. Just in case you thought for some reason there were going to be spoilers.
So
for
don't
Infinity
get
War.
mad at us for telling you that Spider-Man goes away.
I don't feel so good.
Because Mr. Stark, I don't want to go.
I don't feel so good.
I don't feel so good. So yeah, don't get mad at us for telling you that Gamora dies, and don't be mad at us for telling you that Vision gets his Mind Stone ripped out. Don't get mad at us for telling you that Loki gets suffocated to death. It's okay. If you haven't seen it yet,
for spoilers
sucks.
yet? Yeah, I hope they did.
Better have.
Better. So yeah, pretty much everyone has been devastated by the ending of Infinity War because, I feel like the most shocking thing about it was just the ending, and there wasn't really like any sort of resolution or way to like calm everyone down after the ending. It just ended on such an abrupt note.
There was no time for the audience to recover. It was so quick and confusing and out of nowhere. It was a really good ending, honestly.
Yeah, it was an ending that like leaves you just like, what on earth just happened? And there wasn't like any sort of resolution or like pickup moment. Like, okay, let's throw in a few jokes to like sort of calm everyone down. No, it's just half of the universe died.
Mm-hmm.
Thanos literally wins because he said to Doctor Strange, like, hey, what I want to happen is like, what's going to happen after you destroy half the universe? Well, I want to be able to wake up in the morning and like see this like a new sunrise over like this new people or whatever. And he got exactly that at the end of the movie. So it's like,
sure.
It's like
I'll tell you what I wanted to happen though was he snaps his fingers and then everything goes black instantly and then it just rolls the credits with no music and no in credit scene.
That would have been amazing.
That would've
Because
been
they did that with the
awesome.
credits. Like the credits weren't like cinematic at all. It was just
I wish
awkward
it was just
black. But
nothing. That would have been awesome.
that would have been pretty cool.
And then we could have had all the resolution of what's going to happen in the next movie, but it was still really good. I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
Obviously, the movie's my favorite MCU movie, period. But it's the ending was also really good.
Yeah. I feel like about the ending, I think they still made it really abrupt and shocking because literally all that happened after you snapped your fingers is, baby Gamora, did you do it? Yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
We're totally fucked, aren't we?
We're totally fucked. Yeah,
but basically. I feel like no, but it was like such a shocking. Oh my god! It has people just like devastated because they don't know like anything about what happens. They don't know how. There's still another full movie, like the finale of the Avengers trilogy, quadrilogy, tetralogy. That's the word, tetralogy. About which is going to be like the conclusion to everything. But it's like the Infinity War ends on a note which is literally Thanos getting everything that he wants. So there's a few different ways as to what can happen after the ending, what the fourth movie could be about, what the Avengers 4 could be about.
Sure.
So, God, there's so many ideas. So, one idea I guess we'll just brainstorm a little bit. One idea is that Thanos, he rewrote the universe, and half the people are dead, and the ones who are remaining are like what, the remaining Avengers. So like Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, Hulk.
There's a few like
Black Widow.
There's
like the originals basically.
Sure. Yeah.
And then like Rocket Raccoon.
Rocket.
I think Rocket's still there.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, why?
What do you mean, why?
Well, I like Star-Lord and Groot died, but not Rocket.
I mean, Rocket's the rabbit. Rocket is
what?
He's the loyal rabbit.
He's the baby. But I mean, I don't know. It was just weird. So I was trying to find some sort of pattern like between all the people who died, but no, it's just like pretty much everyone except for like the original Avengers and Rocket.
Right. My first thought was gonna be like the people he respected. He let live or whatnot, and then it was like, but one of the people he commended the most was Star-Lord for being willing to shoot Gamora. And he took Star-Lord away anyways. So I think it's just random, honestly.
Yeah, pretty sure. The thing is, some people are thinking that the Avengers 4 would be like, it would take place in Thanos' rewritten world, and like, as for, well, first off, neither of us really believe that the dust was actually them dying. No.
I mean, I think it's them dying. It could be them dying. But I don't think it's
permanent.
No matter. Yeah, it's not permanent, no matter what. I think they are going to kill a lot of characters still. I think at least 3 or 4 characters are going to die, but I don't think it's going to be specifically those. Because Spider-Man's having a new movie, and I don't think it's going to be between Homecoming and Infinity War. I think it'll be after Infinity War, like taking place. Same thing with Black Panther, because there's nothing that no kind of Black Panther movie could have happened before Infinity War and after Black Panther. So I don't think it's set in stone at all. I think it'd be terrible if it was set in stone.
And not to mention just even the way the movie handled it, like such like a pivotal character to the MCU now. Like I want to say Black Panther has made like a decent impact on the MCU. I love T'Challa. I love him so much, and I feel like the way that they killed him was like so abrupt. Like you barely even see his face. Like he's just kind of running, and then he just kind of like dies. It's like you just like can't give a character like that an ending like that. Now, how they killed Vision and Gamora, like they really gave spotlight to those deaths. It's like, okay, I can believe. Yeah. I think Vision's permanently dead.
I think Vision's permanent. I think they'll bring back Jarvis. I don't think it'll be the same Jarvis necessarily, but I think it'll be like kind of his same mentality, but I don't think it'll have the same memories.
Yeah,
unless they somehow get the Mind Stone back. But the funniest thing, I might have told you this, but in the theater, there's this one black dude who was obviously a big nerd, but he acted and talked like he was like some gangster kind of thing. And so the second they destroyed the Mind Stone, and it was like, yeah! This guy was like, my boy! He's got the Time Stone! No! He's got the Time Stone, boys! No! And then he was like, I told all of you! It was so funny. And then at the end, when they killed everyone and the credits just rolled, he was like, no! What? No, I hate MC. I'm done. I hate it. It was so funny.
Damn. No, it made me sad too, because like I did not catch the whole Time Stone Vision thing until it happened, and that made me mad.
Yeah. I knew that was gonna happen.
I didn't catch it, so I was like, now it is time. Now there is no time, or something like that. And then he brought the Time Stone, and I was like, oh god damn it! Like that's literally what I did. I'm like, shit!
Dang it!
That was so obvious, because he never used the Time Stone. Yep. Speaking of which, the one stone that I believe he never actually used is the one that's been the most enigmatic so far, which is the Soul Stone. I want to point out that Kilp's eating his birthday present that guy gave him.
I got mangoes.
Anyways. So the Soul Stone, there's this one video that IGN posted, IGN, where it was like this guy talking about like possible what could happen in Infinity War 4. Basically what the power of the Soul Stone is. In the comics, there is a world called the Soul World, which is like some sort of pocket dimension that the Soul Stone is connected to. And there are theories that, like, for example, the orange tinted world that Thanos was talking to the young Gamora in was the Soul World, and him killing Gamora was actually her getting transferred to the Soul World. Or the other possibility is everyone being turned into dust was actually just them being transported into the Soul World. Mm-hmm. Or another possibility of the theory I came up with for Avengers 4 is that the Soul Stone, as the guy from IGN said, the Soul Stone has dominion over the other 5 Infinity Stones. So Thanos didn't necessarily use the Soul Stone to cause genocide on half the universe. That whole thing was all the 6 stones being used in tandem. So I feel like if the Avengers are somehow able to harness the power of the Soul Stone and override that genocide somehow, because the Soul Stone's power is something along the lines of being able to control existence itself, life itself. Basically, what I'm getting at is I want to say the Soul Stone is somehow related to the whole dust thing that happened.
Right.
Either like that's what caused it, or that's how they're going to stop it. Something like that.
Yeah. There's a lot of theories revolving around what's going to happen. I know one is that some people think that they're going to go back to different Marvel movies. Like they're going to go through time into other Marvel movies. How they're gonna do that, I don't know yet, because they don't have one of the stones, and that would be, they would have to somehow get a stone back. I don't know how they're gonna do that. Yeah. But some people think they're gonna go back to Avengers 1. Some think they're gonna go to different universes where, like, a different set of people didn't die.
Like the other half.
Right. Well, it's hard to say like half, because if it is random, it's...
Right, but I mean, I wanted to say that, like, you know, if Doctor Strange is capable of looking through 14 million different worlds, in a sense, I want to think
with the Time Stone.
Yes.
He can. The Time Stone can.
Well, with the Time Stone, like, the Time Stone's, like, I
That's
assume
the
is the only way they would be able to go back in time in the first place.
Sure.
So, like, if they somehow manage to get the Time Stone back, then I assume it would be Doctor Strange looking through... Well, Doctor Strange is dead. Crap.
Yeah, so...
Okay, that's interesting.
Unless that's the group they focus on more, is the disintegrated group, where because
that would be cool.
If he is in the Soul World with Thanos and he gets the Time Stone back, and that he, I don't know, goes back in time to, he could even go back in time to Infinity War, and I have no idea. There's so many different possibilities.
Avengers 4, Doctor Strange's battle. It's just like Doctor
Strange does the stuff.
Doctor Strange goes through time like Carlos from Zero Time Dilemma.
Oh my
god. That was spoilers, I'm sorry.
Spoilers.
Spoilers for Zero Time Dilemma. Anyways, okay. Anyway, alright! Yeah, because I think that theory started from someone seeing, like, Captain America in his original suit or something like that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, a lot of people have a lot of theories for Avengers 4, and it's crazy. I don't know what... I think in the comics, and my cousins told me this, but I think in the comics how Thanos was defeated is that he was, like, transformed into, like, a farmer. So it's, like, symbolic, but I don't think that's how they're gonna end up the MCU.
I doubt it. I know, I'm pretty sure in the comics Drax has the last hit on him to kill him.
Like, rips out his heart and stuff like that?
Something like that. I just know it's Drax is the one that kills him, because he is the one that would want to kill him the most, since he kind of killed his whole family.
Right, except the fact that Drax... I feel like in the comics, Drax is, like, so incredibly powerful, and in the movies he's just, like, he's WWE wrestler.
Yeah, he's not
around.
that strong in the movies. It's kind of sad.
Yeah.
But
although he's hilarious.
Yeah. Honestly, neither is the Guardians in general. The Guardians are very underpowered. I love
misfits.
them. I love them. But they are not strong compared to the Avengers. Like,
no.
Peter Quill's an awesome strategist. Has some amazing strategy.
I don't think of him as a battler. Like, I forget that, like, his weapons are, like, his dual pistols and he has a mask and stuff. Like, I forgot about that. Because the cool thing about the Guardians is they're, like, how much of a misfit family they are.
They make crazy plans where they blow stuff up without their own good doing, and it's just these crazy, insane things that they do, and it just happens.
No, it's great, and I love like the theme of the Guardians because like they're always playing like pop culture music, right? Like they're like I remember in like Guardians 2, like wasn't there like this cassette tape that they would play, or like a Walkman that they would play, and he's like, oh yeah, that's like old like this actor that I loved. It's all like it's just so contemporary. It's so contemporary and so like modern and pop culture-ish. So I love the Guardians. They're so contemporary is the best way to describe it. Which is why when freaking Peter Parker and Peter Quill, hey, they have the same name. When Star-Lord and Spider-Man, wow, they begin with the same letter.
Wow, they had a pop culture off.
Yeah, they had a pop culture off. It's like yes,
it was awesome.
Infinity War had really funny moments. They had a lot of funny moments. Like I love the jokes in
Infinity War also confirmed with me that Tom Holland is the perfect Spider-Man.
Absolutely.
I was really... It took me a while to be like, this kid's the one, but this kid's the one. I love Tom Holland. He's great.
Yeah. My thing was that the first Spider-Man that I knew was Tobey Maguire, along with a lot of other people. So, in my time, or in my mind, I'm like, oh yeah, he's great. He's the best. But like after watching Homecoming, I then looked at like a lot of clips from Spider-Man 1, 2, or 3, and I'm like, I hate Tobey Maguire.
Pizza time. It's literally
pizza time.
Pizza time.
Oh god, I just don't like his face. Like he's supposed to be a kid. He looks like not a kid, and like his freaking hair. Just I don't like him. Like after watching the movie, I'm just like I don't like Tobey Maguire. And like
pizza time.
And I remember in Spider-Man 3, like that's like when he got all like edgy. So like what happened? It wasn't like an actual like psychological transformation. It was more along the lines of, oh, I'm super dark. Let me walk in front of a mirror and then like part my hair real quick. I'm evil now. Like what the hell?
As I've been saying, pizza time.
So yeah, Tom Holland's a beautiful Spider-Man voice actor.
Tom Holland.
Voice actor,
voice actor.
Whatever. Sorry, it's a suit. It's probably voice actor.
It's a suit.
There's a stuntman inside, and his name is John Cena.
No,
but
this boy doesn't need a stunt devil. Have you seen this boy? Got some moves. He
got some gains.
No, he's a legit dancer. Like he can dance.
Tom Holland?
Yeah. You should watch his lip sync battle. He can legit dance like no man's business. He's crazy good.
There's a lot of cute. Tom Holland and Benedict Cumberbatch are always in interviews together.
Yes.
Always those two. And Benedict Cumberbatch preventing Tom Holland from spoiling.
Yes.
Is the funniest thing ever.
My favorite thing about them.
Yeah, because it's like there's this one where like I forgot what the question was, but like he asked the two of them a question, and then Tom Holland goes, and then Benedict literally puts his hand in front of him. He's like,
yeah, he's like, I'll answer that.
That's him for all of them. I love it so much. Also, people told me M'Baku wouldn't be in Infinity War.
And then you just see him, and it's like you're like, wait, is that
M'Baku, leader of the Javadi tribe?
Yeah, it was like M'Baku, thank you for standing for Wakanda, or standing with. He's like anything for Wakanda. And I'm like,
Wakanda, anything,
M'Baku,
yeah.
M'Baku.
Oh god, no! Everything about Wakanda in Infinity War made me so happy, and I think it's a large part of it is because Black Panther is my favorite MCU movie. I think Infinity War is second. I just love Black Panther. Like, it doesn't feel. I think Infinity War is like the best Marvel movie if we're talking like Marvel movies, but I feel like Black Panther is just the best movie, just because it's just like I love just all the themes of it. It doesn't feel like a Marvel movie at all. It doesn't have any Marvel cliches. I just
Black Panther is probably like my number 5.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's really good. Like I love Winter Soldier so much. I haven't seen Guardians of the Galaxy. Yeah. And then I love Homecoming, and I love Black Panther too.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like I just need to watch Guardians and Winter Soldier again, and then Homecoming is probably my number 3. I'm loving Marvel recently.
Yeah, it's been really good.
Minus like Ragnarok, because I don't like Ragnarok nearly as much as a lot.
I like Ragnarok a lot. I don't think it's an amazing movie, but I think it's really funny, and I think it's a good movie.
It's a good movie.
It was a good setup for Infinity War.
Though it was a great setup for Infinity War, I don't know.
I thought it was really funny. I thought it was a lot better than the first 2 Thor movies, because I hate the first 2 Thor movies. I think they're terrible.
So the thing about Black Panther, I just love how like thematic it is. I love the culture. I love the culture clash. I love the villain is basically just like an embodiment of that culture clash. the whole concept of like hiding truths from the world and all that. How modern it is, and how like Kendrick Lamar literally just wrote the music, and it's actually like a decent soundtrack. Because I don't listen to rap that often, but like it's actually a decent soundtrack. T'Challa himself is just lovable. The whole cast is lovable. Funny movie. I just love Black Panther. So when they came to Wakanda in Infinity War, it just felt like, oh, we're coming home. And it said like, and it said in letters across the whole screen, Wakanda. I'm like, yes,
Wakanda. Yeah, Wakanda.
And then when like those ugly gremlin alien things were like breaking through the barrier, it was so cool because like everyone was chanting in Wakandan. And then eventually, T'Challa said the words. He said the magic words. He was chanting Wakanda, and he was like, Wakanda forever! And then in the theater, I was like, Wakanda forever!
Yeah, you tell him!
He said it! He said it, boys!
Good. I loved it.
God, there's so much to love about it. So, a few things I want to mention. One, I wish they gave Cap a little bit more love.
I think it's going to be because they're going to give him a ton of love in the next one.
Yeah, I feel like that too, but at the same time, I feel like that too, but at the same time, they're not really treating Infinity War like a part 1, part 2 thing. Like, maybe I guess they kind of are, but like I think if I'm seeing it more as just Avengers 3 and Avengers 4. I'm not really seeing it as like a Avengers 3 part 1 and 2.
I know they're trying to make it where it's not a two-part, look like it's a two-part thing, but it's a two-part thing. It really is. It's definitely a two-part thing.
Yeah, it is. I guess judging from the way that how Infinity War ends, it's
sure.
Like, yeah, I guess that would imply it's a two-part thing because it's like, okay, you know what? No, this is like the end of the movie. This isn't your closure. So yeah, that is a two-part thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess sure. If they're going to give Cap a lot of love in the next one.
I'm the same. I wish they gave Cap a lot more as well, but I think they are going to make him a much bigger role in the second one.
Yeah, because I feel like one of the biggest challenges about Infinity War is you have so many characters to give love to. And they actually did it decently well. They split off characters into their own little factions. You have Doctor Strange, Tony, and Spider-Man. Then you have Thor, Groot, Rocket Raccoon. You have some of the Guardians. You have Nebula, Gamora, and Thanos. Like, everyone's, like, in their own separate groups, and that's how they do character development. And they did it really, really well.
It was really good. The character development was great.
Yeah, I love how well they split up all of the different characters that they had to give exposition to, and then they juggled through each of them, like, in almost like a circle or in a circular fashion. Like, they went through each group. Like, next and next and next. And it was just so well done how they, like... In the end, it felt like everyone besides, like, Cap and Black Widow, like, that group... I feel like everyone besides them, they gave a lot of love to.
Yeah.
I love the whole thing with Scarlet Witch and Vision, because I forgot that they even had a romance. I completely forgot that was a thing. But I thought that was so cool how they're, like... Vision was like, you know, we can just try this out. And it didn't work out, so sorry.
Definitely didn't work out.
Definitely didn't work out.
Kind of ended up dead. Although, Vision was such a... I'm sorry, he's a pussy in this movie. Vision was such a pushover. He was the main player in Avengers 2. Like, this main, basically, like, legend among men. And then gets taken down by one blue boy.
Yeah, I feel like even in Civil War, Vision is like, you know, he's able to pass through people. Like, he's transparent and stuff. And yet in... Avengers 3, I don't think he ever once uses his, like, transparency power.
No, he only tries to use his, like, laser beam once. I'm like, what is this dude? He's such a pushover.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like, I didn't feel, like, threatened by Vision. I didn't feel any aura of power from Vision.
I could have freaking punched Vision in the face and taken him down. He was such a pansy in this movie.
Which is sad, because, like, I like Avengers 2 a lot. I love the whole theme of, like, Avengers 2 being all, like, digital and stuff, and, like, all about computers and Jarvis and Ultron being, like, in the internet, and, like, it was a very the theme of Avengers 2 is all, like, digital and the internet and how that connects everyone. I love that. And how Vision was sort of, like, you know, like a cyber way to battle Ultron. I like that concept.
It's crazy that he has the Mind Stone, one of the 6 stones that are the strongest things in existence, and he gets taken down by one, like...
Spear person.
One dude with a spear. Like, are you kidding?
I agree, yeah. Although, that scene when Vision gets beat up for the 50th time and then he falls through a building and then they throw someone... Cap is there, but like his back's to them. Throws his spear at Cap. He does this like pose. He's like, huh! Catches it. I'm like, ah!
That was awesome.
Like it took them so long to introduce Cap in the movie, but when they did, that was so cool.
Yeah, I was like, had no idea when they were gonna do it. The second they did it, I was like, ah, look at him go! He's such a beast.
Oh, you copied my beard, huh?
You copied my beard.
I see you copied my beard.
Yes, I love that.
I think. Part of the whole reason why like Cap took a while to come into the movie was because like Tony was so, or pretty much Tony was like reluctant on like talking to him because like, oh, we're not in speaking terms anymore after Civil War, but even so it was like, who called him? Banner called him, right?
Yeah, Banner.
Yeah, Banner called him, and then even then it took him a while to come in, but it's like that whole this kind of points to this being a two-parter, is that whole plot point about Tony and Cap not being on like speaking terms, and like you can tell that's like kind of in Tony's mind. You can tell that it's like we're not on talking terms, and it's awkward because like we're the original Avengers, but it's like we're not really.
But we went through a war together.
Yeah, that was never resolved in Infinity War. Like by the end of the movie, they're on two separate planets. They never met. They never talked. They're on two separate planets. It was like Thor.
I think what would be cool is if one of them sacrifices themselves for the other, like Captain America sacrifices himself for Tony Stark.
Yeah. Speaking of that, another thing I really loved about Infinity War, I'm kind of just going through a lot of things I loved about the movie, is how they made Tony Stark appear to be such a pivotal part of the MCU. How he appears in like so many Marvel movies, and then at this point when it kind of looks like Thanos is going to kill Tony. Yeah. Thanos goes out of his way to go like, you know what? I hope they remember you. Yeah. I know you. You're... I mean, I know there's like a bajillion infinite amount of beings in the universe, but you... I hope they remember you.
Yeah. He was... I mean, they call him the Earth's Defender. Like the original Avenger, Earth's Defender. Captain America even calls him Earth's Defender. So it's obvious that it's not just like a... He's obviously a very key component of everything. Very pivotal. He's not just a dude in a suit. Yeah. I feel like the Avengers in a sense.
Yeah, Infinity War was a really well-written movie. Another really good example of how well-written it was is Loki. Loki, throughout all of the movies that Loki appears in, he's a trickster. He's a god of mischief. With that in mind, in the very beginning of the movie, he literally just bows in front of Thanos. You can see sweat pouring down his face as he immediately tries to stab him right in front of him. It's like, you can tell how uncharacteristic that is of Loki.
He's completely turned his life around. I mean, I guess it's weird to say turned his life around, but
the way I see it is that it's so uncharacteristic of Loki to just stab someone right then and there. And the fact that, like, he's willing to do something so uncharacteristic of him, like, such a desperate move right in front of Thanos, really, like, sets up Thanos for the rest of the movie as, like, okay, this villain is, like, on a completely different scale.
Yeah, because, like, Loki's a mischief, the god of mischief. He's all about playing with people, changing sides, but this is the one person that he's ever met that he's like, this person has to die. Yeah. And that shows how insanely terribly powerful he is.
Yeah, they used Loki so well to set up Thanos. Like, this one person needs to die. Oh yeah, you can use your Power Stone on my brother's brain. I'm not going to give you the Tesseract. Go ahead. Yeah. And then he does it. Okay, fine. Right. And then he gives him the Tesseract. It's like, God, like, if Loki himself can find no way. Loki couldn't find a single way to get behind Thanos' back that whole scene. He couldn't convince him to use the Power Stone, thinking that he was bluffing. He couldn't stab him. He couldn't, like, bow and fake swear his allegiance. He couldn't do anything to get behind his back in that one scene. So that kind of showed how Thanos was, like, mentally stronger than most of the Avengers. And then even physically, he defeated Hulk. So it's like, just that whole first scene was just so amazing because it set up Thanos so well as, really like, he needs to die. And if there's ever a time where all the Avengers are going to unite together after, like, you know, the conflict in Civil War and anything that happened afterwards, it's now, because look at how uncharacteristic Loki's acting. Look at just how he died after trying to outsmart Thanos 2-3 times in this one scene. It's just, God, that first scene. I did not expect Loki to die right off the bat, but he did, and it was just so good.
I expected him to die pretty quick. I didn't think it was going to be that quick, but it was... Yeah, I knew they were going to kill Loki. It was obvious.
Oh, no, I knew they were going to kill Loki. I didn't expect it to be within the first 10 minutes.
Sure, yeah.
Like,
yeah,
crap.
that was pretty sucky.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, just that's just an example of like how good the writing of Infinity War is. It's just, oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. Hey, back off, Squidward.
Back off, Squidward.
Those guys. Did you see those guys as pushovers? Like the Black Order, like just those children of Thanos.
Besides Squidward, yeah. Squidward was insane.
Squidward was crazy.
But
all the spear wielders and golems.
Was the insane one. Besides him, I was like, they're okay, whatever.
Yeah.
But it was that Squidward dude. He was something powerful.
But he did the needle thing on Doctor Strange in his face.
That was pretty cool.
Oof. Hey, you ever seen the movie Alien? I don't know. It's just it's. I feel like, again, just the most difficult thing the writers had to do for Infinity War is just give each character their due spotlight. Mm-hmm. So they gave people like Peter and Stark and Doctor Strange, like, okay, these people are new, let's give them a lot of, like, you know, these people are pretty pivotal to the whole story of the MCU, let's give them their spotlight. And then for smaller characters like Mantis and Groot, it's like, okay, you know what? Let's give them their moment. That's really important. Groot is responsible for Thor's hammer. Mantis is responsible for being able to incapacitate Thanos.
Yeah.
So,
in the end, it was the only thing she did, and it turned out as a failure. But you know
what? It's the only thing that Groot did, too. Like, all he did was cut off his arm.
And he killed some people. Thank you very much.
Like 3 while shouting, I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers.
I am Groot. I'm Steve Rogers. That was
like
my favorite
he's like so polite. I am Steve Rogers.
I am Steve Rogers.
Like,
meet my friend. He is a tree. I am Groot. I am Steve Rogers.
That was so great. I love that.
There was some great lines. Like there was the how much for the gun? It's not for sale. How much for the arm? Oh, I'm gonna get that arm.
I'm gonna get that arm.
And then there was like,
do I bow? Yeah, he's a king.
Yeah, he's a king.
No.
What are you doing?
We don't do that here.
Then there was like, oh, what is this dude? No, that's no dude. You're a dude. That is a man.
That line is the single line that made my theater laugh the most.
I love that line.
That was the one where everyone just burst out.
Hey, you're a dude. That is a man.
I'm trying to remain perfectly still to be invisible to the naked eye. Like, Drax, what the hell?
We can see you eating something right there. Hi, Drax. Damn it.
Damn it. Drax, I swear to God. And no one, this is surprising, but no one was uncharacteristic. Like, even though these guys are fighting literal destroyer of worlds, they're still goofballs. Mm-hmm. I love it. Like, awesome. Drax is still like
when, yeah, there was that, and there was when, Peter Quill puts the bomb on Thanos' back, and boom!
Boom! Jumps through the portal. Just like...
It's awesome.
No one was uncharacteristic. It was such a well-written movie. I think the only thing is that I wish... I mean, he might have gotten a lot of screen time, and I'm just not remembering it, but I don't remember T'Challa getting a lot of screen time. I remember him just kind of like hiding out in Wakanda while everyone else did recall until everyone came to Wakanda to T'Challa.
I'm pretty sure he wasn't on screen once until then.
I think he was like just in like, I think he was on screen one time, like in one scene before everyone came on. But I don't know, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, the fact that they didn't focus much on him and like that he died, like it makes you feel like, you know, for Infinity War, like, hey, they're going to, or rather for Avengers 4, hey, they're going to like focus somehow on all the disintegrated guys because they're not dead. So, regardless, in between Avengers 3 and Avengers 4 is going to be Captain Marvel. And Captain Marvel, that's what they teased at in the end credits scene. It was Nick Fury calling to Captain Marvel before he went mother. And my theory is that Captain Marvel... Well, it's not my theory. Well, it's everyone's theory, really. Is that Captain Marvel is going to be the one to kill Thanos, or at least play a very pivotal role in killing Thanos.
Yeah.
Because she's...
I don't think she'll have the last hit on him, but I think she'll be the one that definitely weaken him.
Yeah.
I
feel like she'll be at least the most important force against him.
I think it'd be kind of lame if she's the one that kills him, just because it's like these people who he has done wrong through all these movies, who have all this revenge against him. There's one girl who's never met him is the one that ends him. I don't think that'd be very fitting.
Right. The only thing is, if Captain Marvel if pretty much the Captain Marvel movie is to, release 2 months before Avengers 4, that pretty much means, like, the whole of Captain Marvel is... It's going to be less character exposition, I feel, and it's going to be more of building up the finale of the Avengers line.
I think
it's going to... A lot more of Captain Marvel, the movie, is going to be focused towards just ending Thanos.
Yeah,
which makes me feel like they're going to still give Thanos a lot of build-up. So, I mean...
there's still so much to Thanos.
Right, they might bullshit the fact that, like, Captain Marvel's also been hurt by Thanos a lot, too.
Yeah.
I don't know. Either way, I mean, I like it. There's this one poster of Captain Marvel that, like, it's like Captain Marvel walking with Nick Fury behind her and, like, this aircraft, like, falling towards the ground. Like, it's a really cool poster.
Mm-hmm.
I'm liking it. Nick Fury has both of his eyes, and this takes place in the 90s, and knowing how Marvel works, this movie will probably show how he lost his eye.
Yeah.
I don't know. I like it.
It'll be interesting to see a lot more Nick Fury stuff.
Yeah, because
we don't really know a lot about Nick Fury.
We don't, and also I forgot Nick Fury existed, because, like,
me too. He hasn't been relevant since basically the first one.
Yeah, he was... I'm trying to remember, like, yeah, because he was really important back then. He was, like, the uniting thing, and then, like, he just kind of left off to do his own things, and I asked my friend, did Nick Fury die in Avengers 1? Because I was like...
Did he just go?
Because I remember there's one scene where he got, like, bashed up against a wall or something. No, that was Happy. Never mind. Or, not Coulson. Coulson died.
Coulson.
But, I was like, did he die? Because, where's Nick?
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't been relevant in a while, but maybe, I guess he will be now, and that's why I guess that's one of the reasons why they showed him.
I mean, that made me happy. Him and that random girl he's always hanging out with.
Yeah.
Aw, mother. No, that was good. No, either way, I'm really looking forward to that. So that's going to be in March, and then May is Avengers 4, and then after that, what's the next? Is that just going to be like? Is it Spider-Man 2 that's next, or what? Do you know?
Or Spider-Man after all that, I don't know. I don't know if they have anything revealed, like, date-wise that's that far out. I mean, they have Ant-Man and the Wasp coming soon.
Okay, so they have March 8th, 2019, Captain Marvel. May 3rd, 2019 is Avengers 4.
Mm-hmm.
July 5th, 2019 is Spider-Man Homecoming sequel.
Nice.
So that's next, which, oh my god, I freaking love Homecoming! Ah!
Yeah.
And then in 2020 is going to be Guardians Volume 3.
Hey.
Yay, it's our little gang of misfits. Ah.
I don't think it'll be all the same. I still think a few of them are going to die.
I don't want them, though.
And I think there'll be a few new ones that they add in. Because in the comic books, the Guardians are a rotating bunch. Besides, like, I think Star-Lord. But for the most part, they are, like, a rotating bunch of people who keep changing.
Because I feel like, So, would that have Teenage Groot? Because the first one had adult Groot, second one baby Groot, third one teenage Groot, probably.
Probably. Or it might be adult Groot again, or, like, middle-aged Groot.
Middle-aged Groot?
But there might be an older Groot now.
Receding hairline Groot.
Well, if Groot does stay alive and doesn't die again and go back to little baby Groot, then...
I don't even think I'd be broke. Would I be sad if Groot died? I'd probably be sad if Groot died.
I'd be sad, but I would be like, okay. I think they might kill Rocket. Ooh. Which would make me very sad, but I feel like they might. Ooh. But Rocket is, like, besides Star-Lord, my favorite.
He's cool. I think that...
Especially in Guardians of the Galaxy 2. He's so good in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Rocket's amazing in 2. And Rocket was good in Infinity War, too. Like, how he, like, teamed up with Thor. I don't know why... Okay, that was awesome. A little weird for me. That whole, like... That was weird for me, like, when, like, Thor woke up with all the Guardians. Why was he being such a dick to them? Because Thor's not an asshole. Why was he just an asshole to them? And then he's like, hey, I'm going to steal the rabbit and steal your ship?
I wouldn't be surprised if he's a little cranky after his best friend and brother and everyone that he just got out of this terrible war got slaughtered. I wouldn't be surprised if I was a little cranky about that, too.
I don't know. I mean, sure. It just felt weird. Like, that was the one thing I feel like in the movie which was uncharacteristic. And sure, it might have been him being cranky, but he didn't really go like, oh, Thanos, he's like, I'm really scared of Thanos, we need to take him down. It was more like, you guys are idiots. Your captain is, no, you know what, no.
I mean, they kind of are.
Yeah, they are, but like it felt like that was like Thor's problem with them, not the fact that like Thanos is killing all these people and like we need to put an end to him. It was more like, you guys are just morons and and I don't like you. I'm going to steal your ship and your rabbit. Yeah. I was like, okay.
I think it was more for just having a comedy scene that was really funny.
Yeah, honestly, I think that was it. But it's whatever. I liked it. I love Thor coming back, and then it was like, what the heck, Thor? Where were you this whole time? You can literally take down a bajillion of these guys easily.
Right.
Either way, though, I love the whole concept of, also slightly off topic, but I love the whole concept of how like Spider-Man Homecoming is in his sophomore year, and then it's gonna be junior year, and then like the finale of the trilogy senior year.
Yep.
Spider-Man graduation. Let's
senior
go.
Senior year of high school for little Spidey. Aww.
Oh, most people lose their virginity, or the average age for losing virginity is like 17.
Is it?
It's like 17.5, which had me.
Nice.
Like,
so
what?
He's probably about to lose it.
Yes. So it's going to be Spider-Man Homecoming, Spider-Man virginity loss, Spider-Man graduation.
I think that would be a good idea. I think it would be a really good idea. Is it going to be Zendaya?
Apparently. I feel like what was it? It was what Spider-Man villain do you want them to do for?
I want them to do a legit Venom. I mean, he's technically an anti-hero, but Venom or Carnage. Do what?
I don't think they're gonna do Venom in the
Spider-Man.
I
know.
Yeah.
Because
again, oh my god.
You said, what do I want?
Oh, well,
besides that, though, probably Dr. Octopus. I like Dr. Octopus a lot, and that's, I think, one of the only decent things about the original Spider-Man is they really made his design awesome.
The trench coat and everything.
Yeah, Sandman could be a little cool. I like Sandman. Green Goblin, maybe, if they did him right.
Do you think they're trying to like stray away from like the original 3 movies?
Oh, I hope so. I hope so. They completely do.
No, I mean like as in like not use the villains from the original 3 movies.
If they did that, I'd be completely fine, and I would completely understand if they didn't put like Dr. Octopus or something in it, just because those movies need to burn.
Damn.
I hate them. They're terrible. Pizza time.
Pizza time.
But
I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I wasn't familiar with Vulture until Homecoming.
I wasn't either, and he was really cool.
Yeah, because I feel like how many times have I said I feel like in this podcast? I've said it way too many times. But I feel like if they were to do like Green Goblin, Dr. Octopus, Sandman, or Venom, I would be like, okay, well I already watched the crappy 2007 version.
Sure.
I'm good.
Yeah, I think they should do more obscure but like good villains that they maybe change their characters a bit to be more interesting. Oh,
like Vulture. I have faith Marvel can do that.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, I feel like that's a big reason of why like all of these the recent Marvel movies have been really appealing to me. Because Marvel movies have a big trope of making their villains so incredibly bland.
Yeah.
Like insanely bland. Like to the point where it's like
until recently they've been terrible villains. I've hated
terrible.
Okay,
Thor the Dark World, Malekith the bad guy, destroyer of everything. Guardians 1, Ronan the Accuser, guy with eyeliner that goes down his entire face. I didn't like Ragnarok's villain at all. She was incredibly basic.
Stupid.
She was really dumb. I don't like her at all.
Yeah. I didn't really like Doctor Strange's villain.
I forgot about him. had a funny face.
I liked that movie a lot, but the villain was stupid.
I think it was more visually appealing than anything else. The plot was good.
Mm-hmm. The plot was good.
But villain sucked. Dormammu came out of nowhere.
Yeah, it came out. I kind of liked his idea of beating him. I thought that was really
that was amazing.
Creative.
It's just they kind of pulled Dormammu out of their ass.
Also, yeah, Doctor Strange was the last Marvel movie I had to watch, and I watched it like a few days ago. So now I've watched every MCU movie.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is a great movie. It's just I feel like it's more visually appealing than like anything else.
It's so pretty.
Plot was good. I love the bald woman. I love her.
Yeah, she was really cool.
But I don't know.
I kind of thought I thought they were going to use the time stone to bring her back, but they didn't.
Yeah, I feel like there it is again. I'm feeling myself. The villains have been always like very, very bland, and
they have been.
Well,
not all
Captain
of
America's
them.
been better with that.
I like Red Skull. I love Bucky as the Winter Soldier. He's probably one of my favorite villains.
And then Zemo in Civil War.
Zemo.
I remember really liking him. I forgot what exactly he did.
I don't remember anything about him. I just remember the only thing
I remember really liking him. It was the fact that he like manipulated them to fight each other because like they sort of ruined his life, the Avengers. So he like manipulated them to fight each other.
Right.
Like, all he did was work from behind the scenes. He never did any fighting of his own, and he was the one who like manipulated the bomb that killed T'Chaka.
Mm-hmm.
He was basically like.
I need to rewatch
to me,
that movie.
He was even more of an interesting trickster than Loki because he doesn't have any power. He just has brains and a much more interesting revenge story than you're the favorite son. Well, I want to show father I'm the favorite son.
Yeah.
Odin's son. Like I found Zemo. Odin's son. I found Zemo interesting.
He was cool. That was a really good movie.
Yeah. So only one on Netflix. Otherwise, I'd freaking watch there are like no MCU movies on Netflix, which makes me sad.
There's Doctor Strange.
That's like literally the only other one. It's just Civil War and Doctor Strange.
I know they need to add more.
They need to. Civil War. Netflix doesn't have a good lineup, which I'm realizing recently.
No,
like I go on Netflix and I'm like, there's nothing to watch.
Netflix has been lamer recently. They used to have a really good lineup of movies. Now they're super lame.
They've been removing stuff. Like, why would you remove stuff?
Yeah. Netflix is basically only for TV shows now. And their own TV shows, which is super lame. That's
what I don't like. So that's like if YouTube Red only had like YouTube Red shows and just like started deleting videos. Like
that would be like YouTube started just deleting videos that weren't YouTube Red. And then like only the super popular PewDiePies and stuff like that. That would be what's happening.
'Cause it's getting money.
It'd be like, get rid of Game Grumps and all the good ones. Just get rid of those, and we'll keep the ones that are super popular, not necessarily good, but super popular, and then keep the YouTube YouTube Red.
And Logan.
And Logan. There you go.
But yeah, the thing is, hey, I said something else besides. I feel like going back on villains. It was starting with Homecoming, I think, that they made really. I love Vulture.
Yeah.
And I love Killmonger. And I feel like a big reason is because they showed them on their like modest beginnings and like why they had like a lot to fight for, and like it's you could legitimately see things from their perspective, like they were like actually in a bad place, and it was cool. And then Thanos. So Thanos, I think, and I think you share this thought, is that like his whole philosophy of like, oh yeah, half the universe should be destroyed because then it would be better is a little odd.
Yeah, but I think it's really interesting.
It's interesting, and also they could have made Thanos as boring as the Doctor Strange villain, the Thor the Dark World villain, and the Guardians 1 villain. But they made him... There's one thing about Thanos that I loved throughout the whole movie, every time that he appeared, which is how expressive he was. You could see so many emotions on his face. Like, you could very clearly define, like, happiness or sadness on his face. Like, just for me, it didn't feel like he constantly had a... like, he's constantly brooding.
I mean, like, the Gamora scene where he's
Yes.
Like that's my favorite MCU scene like ever. I love that scene.
It was just like, God, you could see him sad and everything. You could see when he was like, when Captain America was holding up the Infinity Gauntlet, he could actually hold it back. You could see him tilting his head in confusion, like, huh, like
this guy's actually kind of strong.
Yeah, like, huh, interesting. Like, oh my God, that was one of my favorite things about Thanos, just being able to like see.
He was very expressive.
He was so expressive, and I loved that because they could have
see
easily
his thought
made
process
him.
the whole time, which helped with his character being good.
Yes, exactly. Oh, the scene where all the Guardians and like Tony Strange and Peter, like they all like bound him, like and like prevented him from being able to move. Him like struggling, like like oh my God, you can see it. It's so cool.
Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah. Okay, so this is something that you brought up to me, which I found amazing, which is the whole theory about Peter in Iron Man 3 being the kid.
Oh yeah, Iron Man 2.
It was 3, wasn't it?
No, it's 2, I'm pretty sure.
I thought it was 3.
At least this was, I think it was 2. I think it was 2. Iron Man 2 kid.
Because wasn't it like the one where Tony
the kid who puts up his hand in front of.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the boy who
No, that's what I heard at first, but then yeah, that's what I thought, and I thought that would have been cooler.
That would have been way cooler because he has this like whole thing where like he gives him the tech, and then at the beginning of sorry, you should tell the theory first before.
Okay, so the theory was that the kid that puts up his hand at the big robot and has the Iron Man mask on, they say that is Peter Parker. And like the whole Iron Man nice work kid. And what's really cool about that is I've seen all these arts of showing that and then showing like him grown up right next to him and showing like the I don't want to go Mr. Stark and that kind of stuff, and it just adds to the fatherly figure. So that's the theory, and Tom Holland actually confirmed it. So it's true, which is really cool because it makes it even more emotional if you know that going into it. That's like, oh my God, that's sad. But
you never see the kid's face in Iron Man 2.
Yeah, you don't. Yeah. I think it would have been cool if it was the kid in 3.
Because oh my God, the kid in Iron Man 3, it was like Tony like fell into like this wintry wasteland, right? Mm-hmm. And like this kid from like modest beginnings and whatever, and like he was working from scraps. And at the end of the movie, Tony gives him like this plethora of tech, right? Like he gives him so much technology and all these different robots to play with. And then at the beginning of Homecoming, because in Spider-Man Homecoming, did they not actually? Because isn't it like in every superhero movie ever, it's like they start out as an ordinary human and then they gain powers in the movie?
Yeah, for the most part.
Minus like Thor or whatever. Mm-hmm. But for Homecoming, didn't he already start out with like super agility and strength? I think he did, right?
Yes, because they didn't want to really show the origin of when he got the spider bite and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, so it was that. I was about to say it again. It was that, and then he just jumps over a gate, goes into an alleyway, changes into the Spider-Man costume. Like, okay, you know what? We don't need to build up who Spider-Man is.
Right.
You know what? This is him.
You guys don't even know who Spider-Man is. He's Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. That's it.
You know who Spider-Man is. Hey!
Let's go! Yeah, so the thing is, right when he puts on the Spider-Man suit in the beginning of Homecoming, he then like touches his finger against his palm, and then like all of this tech pops up on the Spider-Man suit. Mm-hmm. So it's not like one of his like ragged costumes. No, this is like a legitimately technological suit that he activated. So I thought that it was the kid from Iron Man 3, where it was like, you know, Stark gave him so much tech, and then now in Spider-Man Homecoming he's using it for like, hey, let's go. I thought that's what was happening, but
that would have been interesting.
Yeah. Either way, that's actually really cute though. Nice work, kid. Like barely even pays attention to the kid.
Yeah, it's just kind of an Easter egg.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not. Yeah, if it was the kid from Iron Man 3, it would have been like a pretty big plot thing. But that's an Easter. And that, again, if Tom Holland's spoiler things are credible at all.
Yeah, I mean, there was like the whole, the thing on him on Instagram Live or Facebook Live or whatnot, and him having, I don't know if you've seen it, but it's like he shows a poster.
Yeah,
and it was like the confidential. That's planned. People that are like, oh my god, I can't believe this. That was planned. It was acted. It was obvious, but I mean, it was cute. I love Tom Holland. I think it's really funny. But I was like, okay. Everyone was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe he did this. And it's like, well, yeah. Okay. Like,
yeah,
obviously he meant to do that.
I don't know. I mean, honestly, if Tom Holland is basically Marvel's, like, goof-off boy right now, I love it.
Oh, I love him as goofball
like
boy.
Their goofball. Yeah.
He's a great goofball.
I love it so much. And even when it's unintentional, like Benedict and him in interviews, it's just, oh god, Tom Holland.
So good. He's so funny. I love Tom Holland. He's
great. I was sad that he wasn't in the Marvel Bunch video.
I know, that's such a good video too.
That would have been perfect. He would have been all giddy. That was a great
story.
The Marvel Bunch. The Marvel Bunch. God, that was so good. Here's a story.
So good.
Playboy genius. Okay, I'm sorry. Just it has millions of views already. It's a great video.
The Marvel Bunch.
The Marvel Bunch. Alright, so anyways, that's been us talking. We've been talking for like how long? Like
almost an hour.
Almost an hour. Do we have anything else to say?
I don't think so. I think
we kind of. Yeah, it's been like roughly a week or two ever since the movie came out, and like honestly, I wasn't. Wait, actually, I do want to bring up something. On me and my mom's way back from the movie, my mom was like so broken up over the ending of the movie, and I was too. I was like, oh god, but I was more laughing than anything else because I was like, I can't believe they did that. Oh my god! And my mom was just like actually sad, but I wasn't really like mourning anyone. She was mourning everyone. So after we pulled up in the house, after we finally pulled up in the driveway, I was like, when like Peter died and all that, like that whole scene with like the father or something, that was pretty sad. I got pretty sad at that point. And then my mom turned around. You got sad? Look at me. She has like a tear on her face. You're sad?
It was something else.
Oh god, it had me fucked. That's all I could say. Like I was just messaging everyone who talked to me about Infinity War. Yo, that had me fucked.
That had me fucked.
And they started doing movie bills. Did you hear about that? Yeah, like, playbills for shows. Yeah. They started doing movie bills, and, like, Infinity War is the very first one. I have one. I'll show you mine later.
What? Why did I get one?
They don't actually give it to you. Like, I found it, like, in a, like, near the ticket booth, and I just pulled one out. But, yeah, it's, like, issue 1 of, like, a movie bill thing going on. So, if you guys...
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, so, if you guys haven't watched Infinity War after hearing spoilers for an hour, then go get the movie bill when you go there to watch it. Anyway, so I think that's really about all we have to say about Infinity War. The next movie is going to be coming out May. Actually, it's going to be even closer to a Life of Screens episode if it's going to be a year later. But that's going to be in May 3rd, 2019. So you can probably expect May of 2019 Life of Screens episode to be about Avengers 4.
Yay!
Yay! Alright guys, thank you guys so much for listening, and make sure to let us know what you thought of Infinity War, anything you'd like, anything related to your experience. It's been getting insane ratings. I believe Infinity War and Black Panther were both on like the top 5 list of movies at the same time. So that really goes to show how crazy Marvel's getting right now. So, yeah.
Yep.
With all that out of the way, I think that is it. Woo! Still broken up.
just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
The Marvel Bunch.
The Marvel Bunch.
Bunch.